Before we start on the main nitty-gritty of this video, I've got a couple of announcements to make. Firstly, I'm still here. Hey! And secondly, there is a good reason why I'm covering the Junior Songfestival 2025 national final for the Dutch representative to go on and represent the Netherlands for this year's Junior Eurovision Song Contest. And that's because me and Dama are going to be back streaming once again, covering the Dutch national final on the 20th of September, I believe? Definitely the 20th, that's for sure. But I will pop the time and all the deets down here because, quite frankly, right now at the time of recording, I don't know. But it will be down here all in the editing part because of me. And of course, I will leave a link in the description below on where you can find my Twitch channel. And the reason why I'm saying all of this is because at the time of me actually broadcasting this particular video, I'm actually going to be on holiday not too far away from me, about an hour and a half's drive over at the beautiful New Forest. So yeah, I'm just chilling whilst you're all seeing this. But without any further ado, roll those titles. Afternoon, evening, everybody. My name is Jamie Jew, and welcome back to a brand new video where this time I'm going to be not really reacting, just reviewing all 4 songs that are participating in this year's Junior Songfestival. That is the national final for the Dutch national final that will choose its representative to go on to represent the Netherlands at this year's Junior Eurovision Song Contest in a lovely Georgia, of course. And yes, it's a little bit of a change up of what I normally do. Normally, I would react to the actual songs in question with as much less copyright as possible and everything else like that. And so therefore, I would give you sort of my initial reactions to it all. But due to the fact that YouTube's a little bit picky now with its copyright laws, I'm instead going to be just simply reviewing all of the songs. So yes, I have heard all 4, and so without any further ado, I'm going to be giving my thoughts and opinions as to which particular song I think could represent the Netherlands at this year's Junior Eurovision Song Contest in Tbilisi. But as always, before I dive into it, I would of course encourage you guys to subscribe to my Junior Eurovision Song Contest channel. It will be junior at the very least up until December anyway, where I will be giving my thoughts and opinions on all, well actually we don't know the full number yet, but I know about 18 countries are taking part this time around, so slightly more than last year. No UK though. But regardless, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video, and of course ring the bell to get notified about my latest videos so you never miss one. Anyway, without any further ado, let's now dive into my thoughts and opinions on all 4 songs for Junior Songfestival 2025. These reviews are of course done in totally random order, FYI, and we are going to be beginning even with the 3-piece girl group Iconic with their song Don't Touch. And we straight off the bat with a pretty much typical girl power, perhaps female empowerment type song. And obviously to get your sort of flowing juices, it's poppy, it's energetic, it's like, you know, slay kind of vibe, you know, slaying and sassy kind of head boppy things, you know what I mean? It's basically 3 girls just sort of going, yeah, please don't touch me anymore because you're not worth it kind of vibe. It's pretty much in the lyrics after all. There's going to be a lot of choreography involved in all of this, especially with their dance moves, and it's going to be, you know, sort of like very energetic, very powerful, kind of like trying to grab you and all the rest of it. And it's certainly one of the more moving ones according to La Internet, because out of all 4 videos, this has garnered the most amount of views so far. And I do kind of get it because obviously from the music video that they produced, they feel confident, they look confident in themselves. They sort of got that pizzazz of like, you know, old-fashioned kind of girl power mixed in with the modernistic, feministic vibes. And the bass sound in amongst the instrumentation does feel kind of very good, especially on the old earphones. But without sounding too harsh towards the girls themselves, because I'm sure they're very professional, I'm sure they're very competent and confident ladies. Well, girls, you know what I mean. But I do fear that maybe the production value and the mixing of their vocals in this feels more heavily produced than what I think we're being led to believe. I don't know why it sounds very heavily produced, but for me, I do fear that maybe their vocals aren't going to be 100%, but that's just me having a pure and out guess as far as this is concerned. I'm only assuming things here. I wouldn't 100% know until we see them live. But that being said, all three of them did get through individually to the trials of Junior Song Festival, so I guess they were produced or put together in a coherent way with great vocals and great harmonies together. But I don't know, the mixing just doesn't sound right with their vocals as far as the actual studio version is concerned. Plus I fear with the vibes also that it feels a bit too manufactured in terms of how they feel with each other. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but don't get me wrong, this feels like the most competent kind of group or act, more to the point, out of the four of them, but I'm not 100% set in stone on it yet. We just got to wait until they perform it live, of course. And one minor gripe I do have about the lyrics is the fact that maybe we could have had just the Dutchness, because you have to have 50-50 when it comes to like your national language as well as any other language, including English. 50% of it could have just been, in terms of the Dutch language, just for the verses, and then you can have pure out and out English for the choruses, because the way the lyrics are sounding, you just hear the words don't touch like over and over again. So I don't know, maybe they could have mixed it a bit better. Other than that, I don't dislike it at all. It sounds nice, it sounds competent. So for me, I'm going to give it a fairly solid 3.2 out of 5. It's not bad, just not a wow one if you ask me. Next up is 5P's boy band Level Up with their song Rule the World. We can rule the world tonight. Well, first of all, as far as the five boys is concerned, they seem confident again, they seem prowess, and you know what, as far as the mixing of their vocalness is concerned, I think they could be a bit of a underdog strong contender, especially given how they fairly seem to like each other as far as the music video is concerned. And if you ask me, I think maybe, yeah, just keep an eye on them, you know, just keep a little eye on them. I felt like maybe with the music video there was a couple of moments where it was like a bit cringe, but otherwise it wasn't like, you know, out and out. They weren't going out of their way to be cringe. It just felt like maybe they could have lacked it. Maybe they did lack a bit of confidence, but just needed to sort of showcase a little bit more. Or maybe it was just the sort of slightly poor camera shots in an otherwise very nice karting scene. I just kind of hope they sprucing up their choreography when it comes to the dancing, because they look good. Just got to wait and see. Other than that, as far as the mixing of the song itself is concerned, this should have been so much better than what I heard. I don't know why, it just didn't feel elevating at all, even in the first part of the chorus. It didn't feel like there was a lot of sort of synth or a lot of violinness or anything else like that. It just sort of was like by the sort of bass of the drums and like a kind of one synth thing going on. It should have been like quite a few of them, if you ask me. It just didn't sound right in terms of the mixing. Plus, I think, again, like the last song, they should have added more English lyrics for the chorus so we can get a better understanding for it. And just leave the rest of the lyrics towards the Dutch native language. I don't know, just didn't feel like the right vibes with this one, and it's a bit of a shame because I quite like the five of them. I think they quite look competent, look confident, and I think they can actually sing well. Obviously, we got to find out if they actually do, but I do quite like the five of them. I just think they've not got a very good song here, which is a huge shame because I just feel like meh about it, you know what I mean?
To be honest, meh.
I think the ultimate word I'm looking for is just extremely safe with this one, especially with its lyrics. We're all together, we can rule the world. It's been there, done that before. But again, nothing detrimental as far as Level Up is concerned because they look really, really good. The song's just not that. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a bit of a higher score than probably what I would like it to, because I don't want to be too harsh. After all, they're only kids. But I'm gonna give the song itself, not necessarily Level Up, but just the song, a 2.1 out of 5. Next up, we are going solo in the form of Meadow performing the song Freeze. Well, this is certainly going to challenge Iconic, that's for sure. Especially about a song that's just basically chill. Freeze and chill. But yeah, the main catchy hook on all of this is the constant riff of the ta-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, yes, you could argue it's been there, done that, but it's catchy for a reason, you know what I mean? Besides, we have to talk about Meadow first because her smile is just so glistening and beautiful and bright, and she is so happy to do all of this. She looks the most confident performer that I have seen so far out of the first 3 acts that I've seen. It's that swag as well that she's got. She's got confidence in her dancing ability as well as her vocal ability. Whether that will mix right or otherwise when she performs it live, we don't know. But the sound isn't like a bad mix. I just think that you can tell in the mix of the studio version there are 1 or 2 manufactured elements whereby, you know, it sounds like she's not quite singing the right note, so therefore it's making her sing the right note, you know what I mean, when it comes to studio versions. I do feel that maybe she had one of the better music videos in all of this, but for me, when they produced it all together, it felt very, very much showcasing her great ability all around in terms of what she can do. And I'm probably not alone on that, because I've seen the comments below the video. They all think this could potentially win the national final, so at the very least battling Iconic for the win. It's certainly going to be something. The only thing I will say again with the da-da-da part, it does sound kind of a little bit jarring after a little while, especially when you consider the fact that it's going to be constantly going in your ears all the way with the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And also it doesn't help the fact that it's not a 3-minute song. Like, you could eke it out a little bit more with like a sort of extra dance break at the end, but with no vocals whatsoever, in order to eke out the 3 minutes. That could have been an idea, rather than shortening it just to 2.5. And I do fear that maybe the freeze parts could end up being a little bit like too sudden on a couple of occasions. Like, it's a bit sort of choppy changey, a bit too much maybe for some people. I can see why others would like it, just maybe not everybody, if you know what I mean. But for me, I'm just not quite thinking it's going to be as good as Iconic. Don't get me wrong, she'll certainly give it her best, that is for sure. I just don't think the song is as strong as what some people are making out to be, in my opinion. So I'm gonna give this one a solid 3.0 out of 5. So it's not quite beating Iconic, but you never know. I mean, your good Lord knows what the juries and the televoters are going to think. And if you ask me, I think the juries will certainly love this one maybe more than Iconic, but the televoters will be the other way around. But we're not quite done yet, as the 4th and final act features the duet of Coco and Tove with their song Strong Girl Summer. Well, this is definitely more kid-friendly compared to the last 3. It's cute, it's ditzy, it's boppy, bassy, and perfect for basically school dance clubs. It's cute in the fact that they're always jumping up and down, always happy, always lively, and all the rest of it. And it's certainly very ditzy in the fact that it's just daft in wacky sort of ways all throughout the music video, and the dance bass nature really does bring it out a good shine, if you ask me. And while of course Coco and Tove's vocals, by the sound of the studio version at the very least, may not be necessarily strong per se, they sound very, you know, ditzy but weak, but very cutesy in a weird kind of way. Especially when they say the strong girl summer bit. It's not like elevating or anything else of that, but their personalities more than make up for it, if you ask me. It's certainly one for like a good staging element, that's for sure, whereby you can get loads of lights, loads of, well, maybe not so much pyro, but certainly one whereby a lot of people can just jump up and down like loonies, you know what I mean? But I have one major gripe in why I don't think this is going to be the chosen entry. The song's called Strong Girl Summer. The contest is in the winter. Like, songwriters, whoever you are, was that the right idea? I mean, nothing against Coco and Tove. I'm sure they're going to perform it extremely well. Just, it's not the right timing, you know what I mean? But hey, if it does get chosen, it might make a summery vibe out of it and keep you all nice and warm and tootsie whilst you're putting the fire on and maybe seeing snow outside. I suppose, you never know. And another thing, I think, because some people are not all into dance themes and dance tracks per se, might get on some people's wick after a little while, or nerves in the English terms. But again, nothing against the 2 girls. They are so cute, they're so lovely, and they will really bring out the best as far as this song is concerned on the night itself. I'm not so sure it's going to be the chosen entry, but it could be a little bit of an underdog. I know I said that the same for the 5-piece boy band, but I think this is more of an underdog chance compared to the boys. Certainly at least via the song anyway. Which is why I'm going to give this one maybe not too high, but a nice solid 2.8 out of 5. And that is my full rank to the left of you. I just bang my microphone for good measure. But yeah, that's my full rank to the left of you for good measure. And yeah, may the best act win. And that about does it for this particular video on my opinions, reaction-ish, and analysis on what I think is going to represent the Netherlands at this year's Junior Eurovision Song Contest. But never mind what I think, please let me know what you think in the comments below. Who do you want to see winning the Junior Songfestival of 2025? Let me know your thoughts. And indeed, of course, as I already mentioned, I'm going to be streaming this live on Twitch with my buddy Damo on coming September 20th. I don't know what time. I think it's going to be mid-afternoon. But again, all the details are going to be in the link in the description or wherever it's going to be shown on this video. I'll showcase in the editing. Otherwise, without any further ado, subscribe to my Eurovision YouTube channel. Special like button this video for good measure. And of course, ring the bell again about my latest videos. Catch you again in the next one. And also, before I leave, there's this one little video you got to check out. My premiere of the 2024 Meme Edition Grand Finale. It's been about time since I've gone to do that. I hope you like it as much as I did for my 2025 one. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.